Yes, hi, my name is Tnkgrl or Myriam. Most of you know me as Tnkgrl online. Tnkgrl, I have a blog called Tnkgrl Mobile.
And you are a massive mobile expert.
I don't know if I'm an expert. I do like mobiles a lot, and I do play with them often, yes.
Well, hold on, every time I've met you, you have something like 6 different devices in different pockets here.
I do, but it's mostly for show. I mean, you know, when I meet with you, we're generally at some event or something, and people are curious to know what I'm carrying, so I try to bring something interesting. I mean, I have here an N97, and here an E75, and here a 5800, and all 3 of these have different standard set of user interfaces, despite the fact that they're all running Symbian. And that's just what I'm saying, it's very inconsistent. And I was told by a Nokia person yesterday at breakfast, well, you know, we try to improve every time, so that's why it's slightly different every time. And I'm like, first of all, I don't think you are, and secondly, it confuses the hell out of people, especially normobs.
And if it's confusing the hell out of normobs, what the hell are developers thinking?
Right, and so I asked this question, David, and David said, well, we're providing a standard set of APIs to developers. They do not have to worry about the look and feel. It's going to be taken care of. No matter what settings the user has set, they code to a common platform. And I agree with that somewhat. But I think look and feel is so significant to a mobile experience that taking that away from the developer, and I mean, the developer can't test for all the possible cases anymore, because now Joe Blow is going to create a theme that just doesn't work with their app anymore. And that's what I'm concerned about. That's what I mean, the consistent branding.
UI is important for for every iPhone application out there. UI is critical, right?
So you see, like, Apple's an opposite extreme. They don't even let you use simple Bluetooth functionality and tethering and MMS. I mean, it's going to change, but they have a hardcore approach to this. I'm saying somewhere in the middle, like basically be really hardcore about the look and feel so that it's really a consistent experience, and then let us do all that great stuff that we're used to doing with Nokia devices, the tethering, the wonderful Bluetooth stack that supports everything, the mass storage support, all these weird, obscure little features that we're used to and have had. The normobs don't have to use them, but we know they're there.
The sad reality being, if I'm a developer, I want to make money quickly, and I don't really want to make money creating an application for the geeks. Is that?
Well, then just make iPhone apps. But I think in the long run, you're not prepared for the change of weather. I think that platforms come and go. As much as I'd like to think Apple's going to be dominant for 5-10 years, maybe they will, at least in the US, but it might change. Somebody might come along to steal the show. I think you have to plan ahead and be flexible as a developer. I think there's nothing wrong with creating a single app to start with to finance your company. Maybe pick a platform like iPhone, but maybe when you code, keep it coding with an abstraction layer so that you can flexibly move to other platforms and not be cornered and said you are only an iPhone developer and we're not interested in talking, because then you get the opposite problem of some developers not approaching you, some OS manufacturers not approaching you because, oh, this is an iPhone developer. But if they know that, you know, you've had other platforms or you've thought of other platforms, they might give you more attention, you know. Quick is a good example of that. Or like there's a bunch of other apps out there that I've seen that are multi-platform, and I think that's exciting.
iPhone developers watching this, how would you advise, being a big Nokia Symbian fan, how would you advise moving to the next step? How do they, what's the first step for them?
So that's a little trickier, and I think that I hope Nokia and Symbian, particularly Symbian Foundation, I think the Symbian Foundation is trying to do this, but I think we need a single entry door to Symbian development. And right now, the Symbian Foundation website, Symbian.org, is that, but it's still a little obscure when you go there as to what you should be doing next.
Or is it published.ov?
I don't know about that. That's exactly and definitely a big issue. But I think that. That they should push that harder. They should really push like Apple goes, you know, here are the 3 steps you need to take. Get the ISDK, do this, do that, off you go. Here are some video coding demos. We don't have that in Symbian, right? And we need that.
Even just a simple here's how you make a hello world application.
Yes, and I mean they have that, but I think everybody has that. I assume they have that. The problem is that they need to have that as a video, or in such a way that, you know, within 10 clicks, the developer on Symbian.org has an app running on the N97. There you go. Nokia, David, Symbian guys, Samsung, all those people that love Symbian, do this. 10 steps, 10 clicks, 10 steps to get your apps out the door on Symbian. Hello world.
So get a hello world running in 20 minutes.
Correct. Less than that even. I mean, it's trivial. It should take no longer than 2 lines of code and 3 button clicks and a USB transfer. And guess what happened at Google's I/O conference, right? I mean, Google and HTC got together and said, why don't we give the freshest, newest Android device unlocked, open to all of our developers at this conference for free as part of the conference attendance. Well, guess what? That's a smart move. Do that, Nokia. Do that, Samsung.
Why is that a smart move?
Well, clearly, it's enticing the developer. I mean, as a developer, you're kind of titillated. You're like, oh, I'm getting a new device. It's a new toy. It's exciting. But, and I can code on it for free, and I can try it. You're going to try it. You're going to try it. Trust me. No matter how busy your schedule is, if you are a developer and you are a tech geek, which most developers are, you're going to try it.
If we were writing Symbian Nokia strategy right now to get developers interested and boosting innovation, would it simply be give an N97 free to any developer that asks for it, and further, give them a 10-minute, how to go live video?
So here's what you do. You take 10,000 of the first N97s produced at the factory. That shouldn't be a huge amount. They probably are making 100,000 more for first run. 10% of your sets, give them away for free to developers and bloggers. You're going to have incredible coverage. Think about it. Because the developers are going to go, oh, I can develop on this. Oh, and if you do it well and it's 10 steps and it's easy and it's 20 minutes, they're going to say, oh, this is nice. And they're going to say, oh, look, this is not Objective-C the Apple way. This is C++. This is the right way. Or if they're Python developers, they're going to say, oh, I can code everything in Python. So you do that. And then on top of that, then they run into, since this is San Francisco and this is the bloggy wood of the world, and we run into each other at breakfast all the time like I did yesterday, we're going to say, oh, hey, look, I got my 97. I'm a blogger. Oh, you got yours, you're a developer. So what are you working on? And then the bloggers are going to blog about it, and then it's a snowball effect. The normobs are still not involved, but once you show the normobs, maybe they'll be. And then if AT&T does their job and starts carrying this branded, but not too screwed up, then the normob has a chance to walk in, spend $50, $100, and get a 2-year contract and not spend $600.